Okay, welcome. Today I'm going to be offering a little reflection about comfort, and is comfort really helping you? Today I'm just going to be talking about, the perspective of challenging ourselves, getting out of our comfort zones and getting uncomfortable, so facing our fears and talking about that as well. Okay. So, last few days I have been off at work and I have been looking after some animals, and just noticing. I've been listening to a few podcasts and interviews with Rich Roll and David Goggins, who are both ultra marathon, ultra triathletes who run hundreds of miles and are very tough on one level. And just listening to them speak kind of resonates really for me around the idea, certainly from Buddhism, from my own teacher, about challenging ourselves. And I'm just seeing that as a culture, as a society, we have got comfortable, and this comfort is not helping us. That is what I'm seeing. And what Rich Roll and David Goggins are talking about is this thing that we need to challenge ourselves. We have these limitations that we believe that my body can do this, or in Buddhism, spiritually I can only achieve this, or emotionally I can only achieve this. Whereas what they're teaching is actually, when you push yourself outside of your comfort zone, you have all the resources, you have all the wherewithal that you need. I remember hearing stories when I was younger about, when mothers' children were in danger, they were able to lift cars physically. It's like somewhere this physicality, this strength, comes from somewhere. And we have this limitations on all levels. I see that, physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, spiritually, we say, no, I can't go any further. And I see that within my own life. And I've really worked on so many of the areas in my life, spiritually, emotionally, and yet I still have these edges. And it's really good for me to reflect, where am I still comfortable? And what do we do when we notice that? Well, first thing is, okay, where am I, maybe stuck? It's looking at our relationships, looking at our physical health, looking at our emotional health, saying, do I need to do more work? And for me, the answer is yes, we always do. But we get comfortable. We get stuck in that job that we've been doing for a while. It's like, is it time to move on? Relationship, maybe we're stuck in this routine that, our love life is not great, or emotionally it's not great. And we stop working. It's like, oh well. And yet, no, this is the point where we have to get uncomfortable and go, I need to do some work. I need to actually put the effort in. It's like, for me, I've studied Taoism for probably 10, 20 years. And for me, one of the aspects is the sexuality, the Mantak Chia's work, the multi-orgasmic man. It's like this part of ourselves that, is amazing. And it's this vibrancy, this energy. And yet most of us are not prepared to put the work in, to actually cultivate this, to spend time with our partners and move outside of our comfort zones, rather than going on our phones, or rather than watching films, which is one of the things I see that I am still stuck with. I like to watch films rather than do things which challenge me. Sometimes I challenge myself in other areas, but I'm stuck in certain areas. And it's like this brutal truth. It's like, where am I stuck? So the question, is comfort helping you? You know, and I would say no. We have to get uncomfortable. You know, and the abbot used to say to me, he said, you know, practice is like riding the razor's edge. And the Buddhism talks about the middle way. You know, it's not totally in comfort, it's not totally in suffering and in pain, but it's riding that edge. You know, like David Data talks about when we learn to be really fully present. You know, as men, it's important for us to do that. That's what a woman wants, for us to be fully present. And yet most of us are not prepared to put the work in, to put our phones down, to turn the computer off, to stop working so much, to fully do the cultivating of making sure that we're present, getting up early, putting the hours in. It's like we're not prepared to do that. It's like we have to get uncomfortable. And really, when we're facing our fears, getting uncomfortable, that's where we learn. I remember, again, the abbot used to say to me, he'd say, you know, if you want to learn patience, it's not when you're comfortable can you cultivate patience, it's when it's uncomfortable. And Ajahn Chah used to say as well, my teacher's teacher, to say, when everything else is gone, what's left is patience. Meaning that, you know, when life's really challenging, you know, all the other tools have not worked and you're there, it's really unbearable, it's like, this is where we cultivate patience. When everything else has gone, it's like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cultivate patience here. So that's essentially my reflection today, that we as a society have got comfortable. You know, how is the world? Look at the world. You know, we need to get uncomfortable, change things. We need to change things with the young people. You know, things are not working there. It's like, we have to do that work. We have to be really brutally honest. Step outside of our comfort zone in our own lives and in society. So, in answer to the question, is comfort serving you? I would suggest no. But obviously, maybe, you know, you have a different perspective. So please do, as always, comment below. And yeah, thank you for your time. Many blessings.